Well, India's golden girls in squash, Joshna Chinappa and Dipika Pallikal Karthik. Great to have you with us here on CNBC TV. And at the outset, congratulations on the resounding victory. Let me start by asking you, Joshna. I won't ask you if this victory has done favors for Indian squash or if it's put Indian squash on the world map, because we were already there. But in a sense, do you believe it re-emphasizes the kind of competitiveness that you both have brought to the sport over the ages and gives it a whole new dimension right now?
Absolutely. When you're playing at any top tournament, you're playing some of the best players in the world. And of course, this year being such a big year with the Commonwealth and Asian Games, everyone's almost like bringing their A game to every event. And the world doubles was no different, because there were so many more teams, there were so many more different partnerships, really strong opponents that we played from the beginning. And it just feels great that we can compete at that level consistently and win as well. I think that's what gave us the confidence that beating the top players in the world, and hopefully we can take that forward in the next few months.
Right. And Deepika, a very personal victory for you, coming back after 3 years, seeing through motherhood, coming here and competing and winning not one but 2 titles. How sweet a victory was this for you, looking back?
Oh, I think it's very, very special. I think also because not just winning world titles, but I think winning world titles with people who are really close to. I think that's what makes it even more special. I think for myself, Joshna and Saurav, we've seen all of us, through the years. We've been through highs, we've been through lows. We've seen each other at our greatest wins. We've seen each other at the losses that we shouldn't have lost. But I think that's what makes it even more special, is that I've obviously missed this whole time with my teammates for the last 3 years. And just being on court, being with them, spending time with them, and winning a gold obviously tops it all.
Right. I have to ask you, what does this do for Indian squash right now? It's not in the same league as a tennis or a badminton, no doubt about it. But the fact that you guys have won tournament after tournament and have been doing it for so long right now, what does this do for this kind of sport, from an endorsement perspective, from a popularity perspective? Do you think it would inspire young girls to pick up the racket much like yourselves?
Well, I definitely think it's, increased the popularity of the sport a lot more. You have so many people that call, congratulate, that wish us online. The government is aware of it so much more. And you can only do that when you win, and
Right.
people kind of forget the path that we've gone through for the last 15, 20 years to be here. And of course, we have, a little bit of support, but I definitely think it can increase a lot more. And like you said, cricket, tennis, badminton, these are the big sports in our country. And I think it just feels special that we can do our bit, by putting the sport out there and hopefully inspiring the younger generation that, they can also do it in squash.
Right. So what do you think is needed, Deepika? Joshna said a whole lot more can be done for the sport to bring it to the same level as the bigger ones, cricket, badminton, tennis. What do you think is needed? As someone who's seen it from the front lines, who's played, who's experienced it, what more does Indian squash need to move forward?
See, I think for myself and Joshna, because we've been on the circuit, we know what it takes to become a professional player, let alone be a top 10 player. I think, it's not been easy on any of us. We've worked very, very hard to be here. Our families have obviously supported us really well, and I think the main reason we're here is because of our hard work and the time and the energy we've put in on court. End of the day, you're an athlete. You only want to concentrate on that. You don't want to concentrate on anything else. But again, as I say, I'll keep saying that it's not been easy to get funding, to just be recognized. We've got funding. I'm not saying we haven't, but it's not been easy. And I think the process of getting funding, be it a top 10 player like Joshna and Saurav, or just events coming up before the Commonwealth Games, I think it can be a lot more easy for us, right? So I think the whole process can be made a lot more easier for us international athletes. But having said that, I think we're very, very grateful to be where we are today with the support of the government that we have, the federation that we have, and even our personal sponsors to be here. But again, when you compare yourself to a lot of other sports, it's quite sad. But I think we're just very happy to be doing what we love, to be winning medals for our sport. And, hopefully this year can be a very big year for us.
Right. I don't want to speak too prematurely, but given the fact that this has been such a resounding victory in the recent past means endorsement deals must now be easier to come by. what are some of the what's the kind of product or a brand, even if without giving names, that you'd like to endorse going forward, given the fact that you've renewed your star status in Indian squash?
To be honest, I've not really thought of all of that. The goal is just always to, enjoy this moment, appreciate people who've come forward to congratulate, felicitate, support us, and, hopefully increase our funding so that we can go play more tournaments. You can train harder, work with the best people. So I just kind of want to put my head down and get back to the drawing board, and like I said, the goal is the Commonwealth and the Asian Games, so I'm not really worried about all the endorsements. I'm sure my management must be getting some calls, but as of now I'm just focused on getting back to training.
Right. Same answer. Is there something interesting that you're looking forward to in terms of endorsing?
No, same. I think it's obviously a big year for us. As Joshna said, we're obviously going to put our heads down and train harder, harder every day, and I hope that endorsements deal comes our way. I hope that we do get a lot more funding. I hope we do get a lot more sponsors, and I hope we do get a lot more social media posts, because that's today's world. So I hope this World Championship obviously opens a lot of doors for all of us.
Right. Something really interesting I have to ask you. You're part of a power couple. Both of you and Dinesh, have really set headlines ablaze, especially in the sports section of late. Dinesh Karthik has also very publicly stated that he'd like to be a part of that World Cup squad that eventually goes to Australia. Is there one message that you'd like to give him, given the fact that both of you are really on a high at the moment, especially DK with regard to his prospects in cricket?
I think I'm just, as a wife, as a spectator, and as a fan of Dinesh Karthik, I'm just very, very happy for him. I think not many people know that there has been a lot of work put in behind the scenes with the people that he's worked with. I'm very, very grateful that he's found a team that he can really trust, and for them to give him time as well and put in the same effort that he's putting in. So, there's a lot of work. It's not just happened overnight. He's doing well because of the time that he's put on the field, and even in the gym and the track. But I think as a wife, I'm just very, very happy that everything is paying off. I think as an athlete as well, when you work hard, you want results to go your way. So I'm just very, very happy for him. And whatever he makes the team, he doesn't make the team, he always knows that he's worked hard, and the results will come.
All right, putting you guys in the spot now. Gold, silver, bronze, what's the target for the Commonwealth Games and the Asian Games? Go for gold?
Only gold.
I was going to say diamonds, but
gold it is then.
Only gold, yes.
Only gold. There you have it, only gold. That's the word from India's golden girls in a sense. Dipika Pallikal, Karthik, Joshna Chinappa, thank you so much for joining us.